is a 13 weather impact alert.
First at 5 o'clock, a winter weather advisory does remain in effect as we look outside from our Muskegon tower cam. You can see no snow. The sky is gray, but depending on where you are, you might be seeing some sunshine right now. We're in the final hours of our 13 weather impact alerts.
Yeah, but here in Grand Rapids, we're starting to see some sunshine. Meteorologist Blake Hansen's here to explain what's happening because we're still under that advisory even though we're seeing this.
We're going to see the lake effect come back on shore over the coming hours, impacting our lakeshore communities, guys. But by far, the evening commute much better than this morning's commute. It was a very dicey morning commute, especially near and southward of I-96. There were numerous accidents for that morning commute. Here are some of the snow reports, 24-hour total. So since yesterday afternoon, Wayland, upwards of 8 inches of snow. Zeeland, 6 inches of snow in the Holland area, especially the north side of Holland, about 4.5 inches of snow. And again, this is all lake effect, so very localized city to city, but some decent amounts over a 24-hour span. But now as we're pushing this 5 o'clock hour, a little bit of sunshine here and there, especially here in the greater Grand Rapids area. Despite the sun, it's still quite cold outside. 15, that's the current number in downtown Grand Rapids. Yes, a gray sky, a couple flurries at Muskegon, but the bulk of the lake effect snow for now has pushed offshore. Our wind is almost out of the north-northwest right now, and that is keeping the bulk of the lake effect, again, offshore. But I do suspect over the coming hours, our wind will turn back to that classic northwest direction, and that will allow for a few hours of additional lake effect snow for our lakeshore communities, and that's where the winter weather advisory remains until just a little after midnight. One thing's for sure, snow or not, it is a cold day, cold Tuesday. Temperatures in the teens right now, and you factor in that wind, yeah, it feels like the single digits in many spots, even feeling like 2 degrees in Kalamazoo. The bottom line is that the lake effect will come to an end as tonight goes on, and then we'll have another round of snow come Wednesday night. But that's not our focus of the forecast. Our focus turns to late this weekend into early next week with the coldest air of the season so far. We'll break that down for you in your full forecast later this half hour.
Blake, thank you. Michigan State Police say near whiteout conditions this morning led to closures on several roads and highways, including I-94 and US 131. This is a look at I-94 near the 81st mile marker, where a jackknife semi forced the highway to close for about an hour. And just 20 miles east, I-94 was also closed at M311 for another jackknife semi. Troopers are asking drivers to drive with caution due to slippery roads.
The lake effect did make roads icy across West Michigan. Some of the worst are also in Ottawa County.
13 News Science meteorologist Colton Woods is in our weather chaser out in Ottawa County. And Colton, how do things look there?
Yeah, good evening, Elena and Juliet. Right now, we're traveling southbound just south of Grand Haven on US 31, and thankfully, for the most part, just wetness is expected on at least US 31. A little bit of areas of slush are also being seen right now, but overall, not too much of a concern, at least on US 31, as Ottawa County Road Commission has been out all day long treating these roadways, so that's some good news, thankfully. And visibility is definitely okay right now as all the snow is over Lake Michigan. But now that was different earlier today, as road conditions were worse shape earlier this morning along the lakeshore. And for those in Ottawa County, earlier today we talked with a local business truck driver in Holland who had to deliver roofing parts to South Haven early this morning.
I drove to South Haven, which was really bad. I mean, it was really snowy, and on the way back it was slippery. So, yeah, cars were in the ditch, you see, and a few semis were stuck in the ditch. And
Troy Juries, who drives frequently across West Michigan for his job, said his usual 45-minute drive from Holland to South Haven took him 2 hours Tuesday morning. Juries said even though everyone was going very slow, there were still crashes along highways like I-196.
I didn't go over 35 mile an hour all the way.
Alex Doty with the Ottawa County Road Commission said his crew spent the day working to keep the roads clear and plans to bring in more crews early Tuesday night to make sure the roads are clear also for Wednesday.
We have our crew of our staff, and then we also have some contract drivers that we hire in the winter. So they've been busy since early this morning, about 4 a.m. or so, tackling those roads.
With temperatures this cold, crews are putting down both salt and sand.
You always kind of want to have a mix in there, just so you have some salt activation and then the traction for grip. Because even when it is cold outside and the sun comes out, you're still going to get some melting.
Now, once again, we are traveling south of Grand Haven on US 31, and overall the roads are in decent shape as of right now. Reporting in the Weather Chaser, I'm meteorologist Colton Woods, 13 on your side.
A lot of comments online today by parents wondering why area school districts did not have a snow day. So how do leaders decide to cancel classes? 13 on your side's Callie Lichter is live in Allegan County, where she asked officials at Hamilton schools that question. She joins us with the answers. Callie.
School officials here will actually go and test the roads themselves, putting them in the mindset of driving one of these.
Afternoon, how are we doing today?
From warming up buses to checking the roads early in the morning, a lot goes into getting students to school in winter weather.
We go slow, take our time. As long as we get the kids home safe, that's our #1 priority.
Hamilton Community Schools Transportation Supervisor Kathy Dykema knows what it's like to drive a bus in the snow and ice. That's why she and Superintendent Bradford Lusk get up early on days Hamilton is expecting snow to test the roads.
We're going to put ourselves out there, because if we're going to ask our students to put themselves out there, we should be able to test them and drive them ourselves. So we're big on that, and not just relying just strictly on a projection, but actually driving it.
The preparation does not stop when the roads are deemed safe to drive. Dykema will come in early to warm up the buses and get the snow melting. And when they're on the roads, Dykema says the drivers have to practice defensive driving.
You really pay attention to stop signs. You're constantly looking way beyond what's in front of you. So you know if you see a car that's not going to stop, you start slowing down way earlier than normal.
Not all students in the district ride the bus. That's why Lusk sees the roads from a high school perspective.
If it's drifting areas, if it's not drifting areas, we go through a lot of them. And again, with the mind frame of a newer driver to make sure that they can get here safe.
After preparation, forecasting, and input from other school leaders, Lusk says Hamilton Community Schools still value a traditional snow day if they have to cancel. Lusk says on days they do have to cancel school, they try to do it by 5 a.m. so families can plan accordingly. Live in Hamilton, I'm Callie Lichter, 13 on your side.